This conference will now be recorded. This conference will now be recorded. This conference will now be recorded.
Yeah, we have the two different types of sets here. One is for the static set and second one is the dynamic set. The set is nothing but a subset of data. So from the set of values, you can go for create a set. So what are the values you are taking into the set? That's called as in part of the set. What are the values can be not in part of the set? Those we can call it as out part of the set. Okay. So how we can create a set on particular dimension field? Go for right mouse on the category field, create set, create set. So can we see that we have the three values? I want to take only office supplies in technology into my in part of the set. I want to take that uh, office supplies and technology into the in part of the set. Okay. Let me say this as the category set. Fine. Okay. Click OK. Click OK. Now can we see that one set option? You can see we have the sets in 10th standard somewhere. You have the two circles, intersection, union, minus, this kind of all options should be there. So same kind of image you can find it. Okay, the set is right. So try to drag that set into the rows or columns. Try to drag that set into the rows or column. Can you see that in and out? What is mean by in and what is mean by out? Anyone can tell me that?
Whichever
Which
data
are the
is selected.
which are the categories in part of the set? Which are the categories in out part of the set? Which
In
categories we
current,
selected for in part?
office suppliers are in part of set, and the other one is out.
Yeah. So office supplies and technologies are in part of the set, and furniture is the out part of the set. So can we take that sum of sales? So this is the in part of the set, and this is the out part of the set. So we take it as two categories in part of the set. The values can be aggregated into that in part. Okay, set level. The data will be aggregated into set level. What are the dimensions are there in that set? But by default, the data can be show that total set total value. Okay, in part of the set, how much sales is happen. Remaining out part of the set, how many values, and what is the total value of that. Okay, so you can compare it in part of the set total value to out part of the set. Okay, so what are there
Srivas,
in
just one doubt. Uh,
yeah.
I mean, where is the option to create set in the drop? Can you show just that option? Because create set.
Right mouse on the category, I go for create a set. Okay,
Okay, okay,
so
okay, got it.
we have the
Thank you,
create
thank you.
set option. Yeah, we have the create set option here, right? So right mouse on the field, any one of the on top of which field you want to create a set, select that, right mouse on that field and create set option we have it. At the same time, you can go for here, uh, create calculation field, create parameter. You cannot find any create set here. And one more way we can create the set is there is another way also. Go for select the subcategories into the sheet. Okay, and just bring that either sales or not. Otherwise, you can go for select them which you want to go for take in part of the set. Okay, so can you see that in the pop-up? Keep only, exclude, and we have that attach symbol, and we have the set option. Okay, so we can right mouse and we can go for see that group and drill down and rotate label format. No, actually here also we can get it. Just select them. Okay, so this is the set option. You can create a set on selected ones. What are the selection you did? Those are all go for create a set in part of the set. This is the two ways we can create a set. Okay, either you can go for directly into the field. You can directly go to the field, right mouse on it and create set option is there. Okay, create set option is there. On the visualization, on the fly, on the visualization, you can go for select the number of items you want to in part of the set and right mouse. Okay, and set option. Sorry, and set option you have it, you can go for create a set. This is the two ways we can create a set. Okay, so what is the static set is? The static set, what are the elements you selected for in part of the set manually, that's called as manually. If we created a set, that's we can call it as a static set. Okay, that's a called a static set. Until unless you change the values in the set, until unless you change the values in the set, that will be static. So we selected office supplies and technology. Until unless we change this, it will show only these two elements into the in part of the set. Only office supplies and technologies can show that in part of the set. It cannot be changed. Okay, until unless I can go for change technology to office supplies and I kept the technologies out part of the set. Until unless we change this option, it will show that only those elements into the set. That's why we call it as a static set. What is a static set is clear?
If you want to change
Understood?
anything, yes, include and exclude manually we will change. That is called.
Don't include and exclude, don't talk about it, because we have separate concept for the include exclude. If you say that, they talk about the LODs. Okay, in part of the set, out part of the set, talk about. It's like when you include and exclude thing is separate concept, we have it LODs. In the
I
LODs we
got.
have three types of functions, LOD, include, exclude, so people
Okay,
will get
that is under
confused.
input and output, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
Even you are saying the correct thing, they get confused. Okay, so we can say that in part of the set, out part of the set. All right, so what are the elements you
So Srinivas, static set is the in part of the set, right? Or is it, what is the definition? Can you tell, please? Static set.
man if you select the elements into the set, that's called as a static set. So I'm selecting manually the elements which I want to put into my in part of the set. Okay,
Okay.
I'm three options are there. Among the three options, I am checking that I want to keep technology in my in part of the set, furniture is my in part of the set. Okay, I am defining that these two I want to in part of the set. Office supplies I want to take it out part of the set. So manually, if you user defined, then we can call it as, we can say that
Static set.
it's a
Static set.
static. Yeah. Okay, so here I want to see that only in part of the set values. So what are the elements are there in part of the set, I want to see it, I don't want to out part of it. So how we can get it is, go for the set which you dragged into the rows or columns. Rows I have my set, go for see that, and here we have an option called as show members in the set, show in and out of set. So if you want to go for by default show in and out set would be there. So total members in the in part of the set and total members in the out part of the set, we can get aggregated data. So if you want to see only in part of the set values, okay, I want to see that what are the elements are there in the in part of the set. Just go for check this one, show members in set. Just check this one, show members in set. So then we can get it. What are the members are there in the in part of the set? We can get it. My set contains furniture and technology. My, my set contains category furniture and technology. Okay, so these two elements are there in the in part of the set. When you select that show members in the set, when you select that show members in the set, we can get it. What are the elements are there in the set, we can get displayed. Okay, so now I want to show that in part and out part both. Go for select that show in and out of set, click on it. Okay, we can get it. Elements are there in the input of the set. At the same time, output of the set elements total value we can get it. Total value we can get it. No sir, I want to show that in and out as it is, and I want to see that next to it, what are the categories are there in part of the set and what are the categories are out part of the set. I want to show it. Drag the category field into that rows next to that set of in and out, drag it. You can see that in part we have furniture and technology, out part we have the office suppliers. Okay, we can show that, right? In part what are the elements are there, in out part what are the elements are there. So when you take it out, sum of these two, 7,42,000 and 8,36,154 can be aggregated into the in part level. It will be aggregated into the higher level, we can get the data into that. Okay, so total set level it will be sum the value. Okay, clear that? So far, any questions? Is it clear?
Yes.
Yeah. This is the static set. So what is mean by dynamic set? What is mean by dynamic set? So let me show you that how we can create the dynamic set and what it means. Suppose I want to write a condition. Dynamic set means based on the condition satisfaction. So I want to get the values. So let me bring it sales. I am dragging my sales into the column. Okay. So person asked me that my manager asked me that bring that what are the top 5 subcategories, what are the top 5 subcategories I want to put into my in part of the set. Always I want to show my top 5 subcategories, my in part of the set. So how we can get that top 5 in part of the set? I want to create a set. That set can show that top 5 subcategories. That set can show the top 5 subcategories. How can we create that?
First,
So we
Want to
can go to
create
the
a
drag the set, create a set, then drag the set, then filter on in, and the top
but
five
how we
insert.
so
can create it? How we can create the set?
in the sheet level only we can create, or else we can go to the subcategory. In the right click, there we have option create.
Mhm.
Yeah.
The
Create set.
take the set.
Yeah.
Now we can select which are the five. Their option we
How
have
Top
top.
option
we can go for top?
by
Top
field.
five.
So by field,
Top
By
five.
field,
by
top
field
five.
we can option create the set like
By field
parameter.
we
How can we create?
can define that which are the top 5. Based on my sum of sales, I want to bring the top 5 subcategories. Based on the which field.
Yes.
So here you need to very clear that based
Yes.
on sales, based on profit, or based on quantity, based on which measure you want to be calculate top 5, you need to select that. Sometimes you can based on profit I want to select it, then go for select the profit. Based on you can go for quantity you want to be collect, then select the quantity. Okay, based on sales you want to be calculate, based on sales you need to be selected. So based on which measure you want to calculate top 5, you need to be specified which measure. Okay, based on sum of sales or average of sales, I want to calculate based on average of sales, then aggregation also you can be change it here, then aggregation also you can be change it here. Okay, based on sum of sales or based on average of sales, or which aggregation rule you want to be followed. Okay, sum of sales I want to be calculated based on sum of sales. Okay, so what it will do is, so when you say that create set where my subcategories based on sales, top 5 subcategories based on sales, click OK. So the set is created, which can be show that top 5 subcategories, top 5 subcategories based on sales, top 5 subcategories based on. So what are the top 5 are there? Those are all in part of the set. Remaining all can be out part of the set. Remaining all can be out part of the set. Do you want to see that? Just drag the subcategory into the rows. So these are the top 5 subcategories and remaining all is out part of the set. Remaining all out part of the set. Okay. So can I for drag my sales here? Can I go for drag my sales into here? Okay. So what it giving? What are the top 5 subcategories are there? The total sales of it is 12,92,678. Total sales of that top 5 subcategory sales is 12,92,678. Remaining all subcategories performance is 10,004,528. Okay. So these are all in part of the set. This is output. Just I want to see that only the subcategories are there in the in part of the set. So go for here, the set which we have in the rows, and select the show members in set. Select the show members in the set. So can we see that? Make it as ascending order or descending order. So phones is the highest selling subcategory, chairs, storages, tables, printers. These are the top 5 subcategories we have it. So how it is dynamic? how it is dynamic, sir? How you are saying that this is a dynamic set? Can anyone tell me that? Guess it. How it will be the dynamic?
We can drag into the dynamic field.
Where you have that?
Because we are passing a condition, that's why it's dynamic.
We can put the
Okay.
show filter.
So
Mm-hmm.
There, if I want to select the three highest, then I can select third. So second, like that.
Okay.
Whichever subcategory we want to see the values, we can change it dynamically.
Okay. If
With
we
the help
change
of
it, it's
parameter,
not dynamic. If we change it, it's not a dynamic. Okay. If you go for manually change it, it's not anyhow dynamic. Dynamic means automatically should be changed.
Yeah. With a mouse
We have to
over.
we have to pass the value through parameter to
Okay.
change the dynamic.
Let me show you that example, then you can understand it. Okay. So you have a values like this. So these are the values like this. I will change these values to, okay, phones is 10. Okay, this is 5, this is 20, this 30, this is 25, 45, 70, and 30, 50, 65, 85, and 15, and we have 35, 50, 180. Okay, so I have a values like this, right? This I can take it as at one row here already, the row is there, right? The sales values, up to date sales up to date. Okay, total sales up to date. Okay, until yesterday the sales of the different subcategories are this. So I want to bring the top 5 from this set. Which are the top 5? We can list out them. Top 5 fasteners is the first one. What is the second one? 180 is right, labels. Okay, third one is arts, 150. Fourth one is envelopes. Okay, what's the fifth one? What is the fifth one?
furnishing, furnishing, yeah, furnishing.
Okay, furnishing, the fifth one. So these are all in part of the set. Remaining all elements are the out part of the set, right? That's our meaning, right? Whatever the set we created, top 5 means it is a in part of the set, remaining all out part of the set. For today, what we have the data, based on that, these are all the in part of the set. Based on that, these are all the in part of the set, remaining all out part of the set. Tomorrow, when I go for tomorrow, the data can be changed. So today I have 500 phones are sold. I have sold 500. The sales was 500 for phones. Okay. So the next day, for storages also, today the sales was for it is 250. Okay, 250. For remaining all, there is a slight change on these values. Remaining all, there is a slight change. it become 35, it become 30, okay, it become 50, whereas I have 50, it become 56, whereas 65 I have the 68, 85 become 88, 85 become 40. Okay, like the data, the sales of these are all remaining a little bit changed. There is no much differences. So then, as of yesterday, as for the yesterday data, these are the top five. These are the top five. If I go for consider today, which are the top five? If I go for consider today's data, which are the top five?
Phones
Which are the top
storage, uh, phones storage,
four?
Fasteners, fasteners, labels, art, and envelopes.
yes,
So,
yeah, art and
uh,
envelope.
so if it is, it's like the top five need to be changed, right? Top five need to be changed because there is a sales was good in other subcategories. Those should be automatically fall into the top five, right? Okay.
Yes.
Simple example. If you are going to write a quarterly exam, top five students are five members will be there. When you go for next exam, maybe one person out of the top five perform well. He got the highest marks. He become the top five list or not?
Yes.
So that's I want to make it as dynamic. Who perform well, automatically they fall into the top five. I don't pick it. Who got the 0 marks? I don't pick that guy and put into the top five. It's not possible, right? So it's a dynamic means automatically the who are perform well they can fall into the top five. So same thing is happening. So dynamic set means I'm making a condition the sales based on the sales which are the top five, bring them into my in part of the set. For today these five are the in part of the set. Tomorrow who are perform well, whose subcategories perform well, those come into the dynamically in part of the set. Those come into dynamically in part of the set. So how you are saying the dynamic means condition I'm making top five based on my sales. So what are the sales are changing for tomorrow? Tomorrow the data can be changed. Tomorrow the data can be changed based on their sales today, right? Automatically in part of the set values may be changed based on the sales value. So that's why the condition you are writing it, if it is satisfied then move into in part of the set, not satisfied put into out part of the set. Okay, simple condition. Based on condition you are creating a set. That's a dynamic set. What are the values are satisfying that condition? Those will be in part of the set. Which are not satisfying that condition, those will be come under out part of the set. Clear the definition? What is mean by dynamic set? Clear that? Clear that? Yeah. So the condition which we are writing it, so take it as that. Sorry, cancel. So while you are creating the set, go for the set which we have it, top subcategory set, edit it, just specifying the top five. Any subcategory which perform well, then take it the store top five subcategory. Okay. Same. How we can get the bottom five subcategories? How we can get the bottom five subcategories? Go for new sheet. Okay. Right mouse on the subcategory, create set, create set. You can mention that bottom five, top by field. Here you have a under the there is a drop down for top and bottom. Select the bottom and mention that five here. Mention that five here. Based on what? Here you can see category and count is there. By mistake, blindly if you go for click OK, the value which you are getting is not meaningful because count of categories it's taking something. You didn't get the proper result. So you need to check that based on which field you are calculating it. Go for select that. Based on my sales, I am taking that bottom five subcategories. Click OK. The set is created bottom five. drag that set into rows and sales as well, drag into the columns. So now you can see that the value should be bottom 5 into the in part of the set, remaining all out part of the set. Bottom 5 is the in part of the set, remaining all out part of the set. Just I want to see that which are the elements are there in the in part of the set. Show bottom 5 in part of the elements. So fastener 3000, labels 12,000, and envelopes. You can see that if you go with normally. So these are the bottom 5. Suppliers, art, envelopes, labels, fasteners. Okay, same we are getting here, bottom 5. Suppliers, art, envelopes, labels, fasteners. If any, suppose the fastener sales is 3000. So far today, what are the sales we have in our database? The fastener value is only 3000. Okay, maybe there is a new product they introduced it was liked by the people, then automatically there is so much of sales has happened today, tomorrow it may go out of the set, because my condition is top 5, which are the subcategories are there which are not performing well, those you can put into here. Suppose fasteners perform, it's like the sales of the fasteners more than 1 lakh, then it will be part of it, no, because you can see that which are the elements there in the output of the set. Suppose we have these 5 suppliers. What is the maximum out of input of the set sales suppliers value is 46,000. Maximum we have, these are the 5, 46,000. If the fasteners get it 1 lakh, the fastener sales become 1 lakh tomorrow, then it will go out of the set, which can be enter into the set. You can guess it, which will be part of the set next, which element will be part of the set.
Paper.
Papers, because the least sales for it is 70-80 only. Maybe it's not perform well today as well, it will be fall into the in part of the set. Okay, it will fall into the in part of the set because the least value is this one only. Out of these 5, the least value is this one only. From the set, if I removed one, we need to insert one more record dynamically. Which one we can take it? Which is the least sales performer? Who is that? There in the out part of the set, which is there in the out part of the set, which is not performing well, that can be inserted into input of the set dynamically based on the sales. Dynamically, it can be do that. So let me clear you very clear example. I can give it here. Let me take the condition like this. So I have a subcategory and sales. I have a subcategory and sales. Okay, so let me put it this and descending order and go for click on text. So can we see that the data we have it from 3000 to 3 lakhs. I want to take a condition like where my sales is greater than 1 lakh 50, those are all into the in part of the set, remaining all I want to take into out part of the set. Simple condition, where my sales is greater than 1 lakh 50, which are the subcategories satisfying this condition, I want to take those subcategories into in part of the set. Okay, remaining all out part of the set. Okay, so how we can take it as, go for subcategory,
We have a condition
create,
option.
create set, and condition we have it, I feel greater than 1 lakh 50. Greater than 1 lakh 50. Okay, so click OK. Right, so can I go for drag it here? Can I go for drag it here? See that what happens. So which are satisfying the sales is greater than 1 lakh 50, those are all in part of the set. These elements are there in this particular set, in part of the set, remaining all out part of the set, remaining all out part of the set. Okay,
So
clear
can
this?
we apply the colors here in and out for up to in? I want to apply
So
one color and out
we,
another color. Can it
we
is
can
possible?
apply that, drag that set into the colors. Drag that set into the colors,
Yeah.
you can apply the colors as well. Okay.
Yes.
What are the in?
Okay.
Those are all in one color, and remaining all out, which are there in the out, those are all in one different color. Okay. At any case, by tomorrow, any one of the output of the set element perform well, but in any case they perform well, compare with the in part of the set. Suppose my accessories is 1,67,000. Okay. For the next day, the value is same. There is no sales for accessories today. Okay, 0. So some of that we can get it same value. But my furnishing is 91,000 for today. Tomorrow it's more than 1,50,000. Okay, it's more than 1,50,000. So automatically it go fall into the in part of the set. Automatically it go into fun part of the set. Okay, so it's automatically go fall into the in part of the set. Okay, so here there is no limit which how many can satisfy that. Those are all put into the in part of the set. I don't have top 5, top 6, top 7, not like that. So element is satisfying the condition greater than 1,50,000 put into the in part of the set, remaining all element into out part of the set. So in the earlier example we say that only 5 records I want to put into my set. Those are all top 5 performers. Only 5 I want to get it which perform well. But here there is no record limit which are satisfying that condition. 1,50,000 above sales is there, put into that. Otherwise, put it out part of the set. That is a simple condition. Clear it is? So anytime it perform well, then go for in part of the set. If you don't perform it, go outside, out part of the set. Okay. Clear this? What is the dynamically changing the set? How we can go for change the dynamically the set? So just condition we apply it, based on condition the set can be dynamically changed. The set can be dynamically changed. Okay. So next, so the simple interview question they will ask you that how can we bring that top 5 and bottom 5 subcategory into one visualization. I want to see that top 5 elements and bottom 5 elements into my single visualization. I want to see that in single visualization. How can we bring that? Very frequently asked interview question is it. Okay, how can we get the top 5 and bottom 5 elements into a single visualization? Okay, that can be we can implement using the sets. You can implement that using the sets. The one way we can do that using the set, there is a different ways we can implement it. So how can we do that using the sets? How can we do that using the sets? So can we see that we have the two sets we created? One is the top 5 and bottom 5 subcategories. Okay, let's see that where is I have my top 5 subcategory set. Bottom 5 anyhow I have it, edit it. This is the set I created. Which are the subcategories are not performing? Those I want to bring into the top bottom 5 subcategories. Okay, click OK. Similarly, top 5 maybe we haven't given name. Created one more analysis, create calculated field, sorry, create set, right? Set category, right mouse on it, create set. I want to get the top 5. So give it the name of set is top 5. We need to create two different set. One set is a top 5 which can be show the top 5 subcategories based on the sales. Another set is bottom 5 which can give us that uh, bottom 5 subcategories based on the sales. Two sets I have created, top 5 and bottom 5. Okay, top 5 and bottom 5. So these two sets we can go for. There is an advantage of that you can combine the sets. You can combine the two different sets. How can I combine it? Select the bottom 5. Select the bottom 5. Okay, at the same way you can go for select the top 5 as well. Select these two top 5 and bottom 5 sets. Right mouse on it. Create combined set. There is an option called as create combined set. Create combined set. So when we are going to create combined set, we have the 4 different operations here. All members in the both the set, Okay, shared members in the both the set. Bottom 5 expected shared members. Top 5 except shared members. Okay, so which option we can go for is it? I want to see that top 5 bottom 5 into my visualization. Okay, which option we can go for it in the among these four options which we have it, which one we can select it for get the top 5 and bottom 5?
Oh, first one only. All members in both sets.
All members in the both the set, we select this first option because I want to get what are the members are there in the both the sets. Okay, what are the members are there in part of the set from the both the sets I wanted, then go for all members in the both the set. I can mention the set name is top 5 bottom 5, otherwise top bottom 5. Click OK. So I created the top and bottom 5 set. Then you can drag the top and bottom 5 set into rows and take the cells Okay, so I want to see that which are the elements only in part of the set. So can you tell me that here uh, what are there in the in part of the set and what are there in the out part of the set? What are the subcategories are there in part of the set and what are the subcategories there in the out part of the set?
Import the top 5, in output bottom 5.
Okay,
Because of the values are there low, that's why it is the bottom, I thought. Out.
okay, any other guess? Guess it. No, in part of the set. Actually, we are creating a set combining two sets, right? Top 5 and bottom 5. Two sets are there, and I'm combining two sets. Okay, creating a combined set. The combined set, what it will do is, initially it will get that top 5, bottom 5 into the set. We are creating a combined set. I want to keep the top 5 and bottom 5 into the in part of the set. Top 5 and bottom 5 into the in part of the set. Remaining members which are there in the out part of the set from top 5 and bottom 5, they can be fall into the out part of the set. Okay,
Okay.
so you may ask me that if we go
Okay.
with the top 5, if I go with the top 5, so other members there will be bottom 5 as well. If we go with the top 5, only top 5 we can take it. In the other members list we have the bottom 5 also, right?
Okay.
Whereas if we
Here
go with the bottom
aggregated
5,
in the in yeah, yeah. Here aggregated top and bottom in part level.
yes, so the data which we have in
Yeah.
part is considered a set contains top and 5 bottom, top 5 and bottom 5 both. Remaining elements will
Yeah.
be out part of the set.
No. Yeah. Yeah.
Let me go for see that select show members in set. Show members in set. You can get it top 5 and bottom 5. If you want to differentiate that color, just take it out that combined set, not combined set. Any one of the top 5 or bottom 5 set you can take it, drag into color shelf. Okay. So these are the top 5 and these are bottom 5. Sir, you are saying that in and out here means, so I'm taking top 5. Top 5 is the in part. Okay. Bottom 5 and remaining all members should be the out part. That's why it's getting in and out. Okay. Don't get confused. Even if you take that, you can take that top bottom 5. Same we can get it. Bottom 5 into colors. So see that bottom 5 can be highlighted. Remaining all out part of the set we can show that. So I'm taking that any one of the set, either bottom 5 or top 5. Suppose if I take the combined set, it will show only one color because these are all in part of the set. These are all in part of the set. clear this? This is a very regular question. How can we bring that my top 5 and bottom 5 elements into the single visualization? You need to create two different sets. One is top 5 and second one is the bottom 5, and you need to go for combine two different sets into the one single set, combined set. That combined set contains top 5 and bottom 5 elements. Drag that into the visualization, the related measure, we can get the top 5 bottom 5 into the single visualization. This is the one approach to get the top 5 bottom 5 elements in a single visualization. Okay, this is the one approach using the set.
If I drag the combined set into colors, so again it will change the colors, right? For both top and
So all the elements in the in part of the set only, right? So that's why what happen is only one color we can get it for it. Only one color only we can get it. So remaining out part of the set elements we are not taking. Only we are taking in part of the. Suppose we can go with the set and show in and out means then you can get two colors. Okay, show in and out means you can get two colors. So where I am seeing that only show members in the set, right? Only one color we can get it. Only one color we can get it here. Clear that? Can we explain this simple example? So simple question was very simple. You need to be remember or you need to practice 2-3 times. Steps. First step, I need to create a top 5 set and I need to create a bottom 5 set. Okay, bottom 5 set. We need to combine. Third step is combine the two different sets into combined set. And if you drag this combined set into my rows or columns and select that only in part of the set, we can get top 5 bottom 5 elements based on the sales or based on the profit, whatever the measure you can take it. Okay, but it's very important question and very regularly they will ask. Clear that? Any question? Yes, clear this.
yes, and yes. Yeah.
So now my question is, yeah, can I get it dynamic? If I want to see the top 4, I want to see the top 4. If I want to see the top 2 bottom 2 both, I want to pass a parameter and get it that top 2 bottom 2, top 1 bottom 1, top 5 bottom 5, top 6 bottom 6. Can we do that using the parameters?
Yes, and we can.
What we need to do?
When we are creating a
Uh,
parameter, we
in,
need to select this bottom and top in that columns.
Okay, we go for create a parameter. Okay, the parameter name I can mention it top, bottom, n I can mention it n. Okay, I
Here
can
it's
mention
in
it as the integer.
integer.
Okay, range I can mention it as minimum maximum is 17. We have only 17 subcategories. Okay, click OK. Right, I have created a parameter. So I can put it show parameter control. Okay, if I selected here 3, I want to get top 3 bottom 3. If I selected top 5 bottom 5. If I selected 5, so how can it not working? It's not working. Where I need to change this condition?
in the set level only when where we created the set, so there is we have a condition option.
Okay, in which set? Top and bottom 5 set or top 5 set?
Combined set instead of
The top and bottom combined set. In the
Is
combined
it
set,
combined?
we have a here not combined set in the top 5 set.
Go for top 5 set. Whereas you are giving the
Yeah, we have
static value, go for select that parameter. Okay, you need
yeah.
to answering is should be very perfect. Go for the particular top 5 set and select the parameter which we created. Okay, click OK, and bottom 5 as well. Whereas I have bottom 5, edit that set. Okay, and here because replacing with static value, I can go for select the top and bottom and parameter. Apply. Okay. Sometimes people ask you that they can create two different parameters. One is the top 5 and bottom 5. Okay, it's not required to create two different parameters. Single parameter only we can pass that value. We can name it as top and bottom 5. Okay. So if you want to create individual parameters, you can create one is for top 5, one is for bottom 5. Where you say the top 5, you can go for call that parameter in top 5. Where you create the bottom 5 parameter, call into the bottom 5 set. Okay, now we can check that it's working or not. Can we go for check that the parameter is working or not, right? So this is the way we can pass a parameter to the set as well. Okay, the set elements we are dynamically changing, right? So how many elements you want to put into the set? Is it clear? Any questions?
Just edit this parameter, top and bottom.
Which one?
Parameter, top and yeah. Edit. Okay, display format. Yeah.
Okay. Any questions? Clear this? Yeah. So try to practice this today. Tomorrow we can go for see that actions part. How we can use the sets in the actions, how we can use the parameter in the actions, and then we can go for next concept is called as groups. We have a concept called as groups. We can discuss that groups tomorrow. Okay. So this is a very important concept. Sets, groups, or actions. These are very important concepts. Okay, at least if you don't remember on depth level, try to remember that what is the definition, what is the types of sets we have it, and one example to explain to the interview where you created sets. What is the scenario you can tell me? So you need to be at least explain one example, they can get impressed. Okay, try to remember one example. This is a very simple example. You can easily remember it, right? So try to uh, practice it. Try to practice it 1 or 2 times. You can easily remember. This is simple questions in Tableau. They will ask you just definition by heart the definition. That's it. Okay. Yeah. Thank you, everyone. See you tomorrow.
I have it. Yeah, I have a doubt. Can I ask?
This conference
Yeah.
will now be recorded.